caught up with some of the stuff there. I'm going to play another game, another Blitz game. Okay, we have a 2153 opponent, Lohiana. We have a Sicilian on board. It'd be nice if we got another Bishop G5 because I've been studying that more lately. So let's hope for a Bishop G5. Come on, you can do it. Ah, Opizanski. Boo. Boo. Yes, sir. Scary. 95. 95 looks good. I gave him the bishop pair, and I have an incredibly bad dark squared bishop. I know that I didn't play this. Interesting. Okay, so he's going to play rook c1, knight c4, rook c1. Okay, let's go here and then boom, boom. And I don't know what I'm planning there, but let's go here. I might be playing a little too quickly here. Can't get kicked off easily. My position's not that bad. Okay, no, I'm going to go here instead. C5 could be an issue. Cheapo. If I win this game, it might be a new personal best. Just saying. I don't think he saw it after all. Unless he wants to sack the exchange on purpose. This kind of hurts him a little bit. Look at that. Not going for the obvious move, trying to get more out of the position. I don't know. I'm feeling uncomfortable here. I I know I didn't play that properly. I know that. But I'm feeling the nerves because I'm on the cusp of a new personal best here. And I'm very nervous. I am very nervous here. Hey. He's gonna have to go back. Do I dare do this? That's just stupid though, right? Okay, let's go here. Now I'm getting into time trouble now. Push here. I'm playing with fire. I am playing with fire. And I'm in time. Yeah, I'm playing with fire. What the hell am I doing? I'm playing with matches. You have to stop knight d5. That's why I went there. Are we going to have is he going another flagger? Okay, so I've got 2 pawns, but how do I do this? I can still lose this. Oh, and I can get a Philidor. Yeah. And then he might flag me too, and I might actually get a loss here. I'll be pissed if he tries to flag me like the other guy. And he's going to. Oh my god. And this might be the end for me. Because this is the second game with 2 rooks that my opponent's just going to flag me. And I think I'm done with... I think I might move to increment. I said if I'm going to have... This exact same thing happened earlier. And I lost because I ran out of time. had two games like this. I think I'm done now. I won on time. He gets what he deserves. Karma. Karma. And that might be a new personal best. Oh my God. But let me check. Let me check first before I celebrate on his grave. 2000. Sorry, that's not even my account. Before I said 2089. I think that's a new personal best. New personal best. Right, the last day of the year, December 31st, 2089. You don't know how good that Schadenfreude feels. What a loser. So it's a new personal best. I'm going to upload this video on YouTube. For those of you that don't know, that are watching the YouTube video right now, earlier today, I played a Blitz game. It was also Rook versus King. I offered my opponent a draw, just like I did here. My opponent did the exact same thing here, trying to flag me. We played like 36 moves. I ended up losing on the clock. It's just so stupid. I mean, it's within his right to do it, but I mean, like, have some respect. You know what I mean? Just moving and it's so boring, just moving the rook over and over and over. What a loser. Seriously though, like, who does that? Like, oh my God, if they were over the board, I'd just smack them in the face. Yeah, if anyone's watching on YouTube, like, don't do this. Don't try to flag your opponent. It's different. Let's say I had 3 seconds left at the beginning of this when it's rook versus rook. Yeah, okay, then, when your opponent has like 30 seconds left, don't just move trying to flag your opponent when there's no increment. It's silly. But yeah, that's a new personal best, and it feels good because he got his just desserts there. He got what he deserved. Before I forget, I'm going to block him because I don't want to play against someone like that in the future. What a loser. Block. Rook versus rook. Lots of time left. I offered a draw. He tried to flag me. Fortunately, he flagged. I won't, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, why do that though? Why do that? I can tell you I wouldn't do that if I was, I know he had a time advantage. So it doesn't show here. If I go to the analysis board, it will show the time advantage. But like it would, okay, so he did have the time advantage, so I can understand, like, but I mean, I had 22 seconds. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, do you think this is just part of the game when you play without increment? I did spend longer during earlier parts of the game, but I don't think this is even in the proper spirit of flagging, because it's like, this should almost just be an automatic draw, but it's I don't know. Do you guys think I'm being salty here, making a big deal of it? The thing is, it's so not fun to just move. Like, my finger even hurts from moving. Just like, you have to just move constantly for the next however long. It's just, and again, if this was in a tournament, I'm pretty sure you could stop the clock and call the TD because your opponent is not trying to win. I heard that is a rule. I guess I would have to. I'd have to look it up. Maybe it depends on the federation, but it's not in the. It's different if your opponent is trying to win, but like, it's a completely different story if it's, let's say, rook versus knight, or some imbalance where you have to prove your technique. But in this type of thing, it's just silly. Okay. Anyways, yeah, we took him down. And it's a new personal best for me. 2089 on Blitz. That feels good because at the start of the stream, I had some really bad games. I had some really tough pairings, like a guy who's 2400 on rapid, and then I had a bunch of 2200s. I also had a bunch of 1900s, but then I had an earlier game, as I said, that I lost, which was this rook versus rook that he flagged me on. So it was pretty frustrating, but I did manage to come back and get a new personal best. Yeah, well, you could say the same thing for me, Case Money, right? Like I could just resign, but like I don't want to give my opponent the satisfaction there. Like you should just accept the draw. I mean, it's just accept the draw. It's so silly. Okay, let's take a look at that. Let's analyze that game now. But 2089. 2089. Okay, so what was this? It was an Opusensky, right? Yeah, boring. F4. So main line is queen d2, but f4 is playable. Yeah, I think this is all within my repertoire. He plays king h1. This is all main line. I'm actually a little surprised that he knows theory here to like king h1. Because like the only way you're playing king h1 here is if you know it beforehand. Because queen b6 isn't really much of a threat. Like it's not that scary. So yeah, king h1 still within theory. I played queen c7, and it looks like I broke theory first. Although there's not too many games here in the database. I'd have to consult my my repertoire in CPT to see what I have here. Main line is, oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. Maybe. No, I was going to say d5. I think d5 is actually my move here. Liquidating the d pawn. In the database, rook c8 is the main line, but d5 is right behind. But I think it's d5. Just giving, because white also has an isolani, but his pawn is better than ours because we have this. Our dark square bishop isn't seeing anything, and he's controlling more space with his pawn. So I think I want to liquidate this d pawn. So I'll check my repertoire on that later. I played queen c7 in the Blitz game here, and computer isn't liking it right off the bat. I mean, it is kind of weird to walk into the pin. I just wanted to get off the back rank as soon as possible. I guess there's also 95, which I was considering. Oh, you know what? Now I'm thinking 95 might be my move. I forget. It's either 95 or d5. I'm pretty sure. It might actually be knight e5. Because I was looking at this exact tabia like 2 days ago. So I kind of remember it. Yeah. So anyways, that's if f4. Main line though is queen d2 or queen d3 or knight d5 are more popular, but queen d2 is main line. Then, and I forget what I play here. Probably knight b d7, but I'm not sure. And against queen d3, knight b d7 or knight c6, knight d5. Oh yeah, I remember looking at knight d5 the other day too. And I forget what I play there. I think I play knight b d7. Anyways, sorry, let me get back to the game. I'm always interested about opening, so yeah, so this is how the game went. It's a Blitz game, so I'm not going to look at it too closely. Yeah, I think I like how I played for a Blitz game. Yeah, and then bishop f6, just giving him a few things to worry about. Yeah, this was just kind of a hope chess move in Blitz, and it actually worked out because he didn't see it, and I win the exchange here. And I really like my next move, Queen c8. I think that showed maturity, because I think 6 to 9 months ago, I think I would have just taken here, taken on c3 or taken on f3 rather. We're up the exchange, just trade down, blah blah blah. But I liked my knight, and if he I think we're up the exchange, but I like my position as well. White has double pawns, and if he wants to trade queens, well, do so at the expense of losing a tempo. And I can still take the bishop next move. So Mr. Sabon says, what if queen c5? Yeah, go queen c5. I don't know, maybe then I take the bishop. I mean, it is annoying, queen c5. But I like, 20, yeah, 24, yeah. Oh, you mean instead of f5? What? For me? Instead of queen c8. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant queen f5. Or, I mean, queen f4. I don't know why I thought that. No, for me, I do not like queen c5. I feel my queen it's getting off the radar. I don't want it. No, I computer might like it. I mean, I know we're hitting the knight, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know. Knight b3, knight e2. See, because like maybe knight e2 to f4, and then we have things to worry about. But I mean, I only thought here for like 2 or 3 seconds. It's a Blitz game. But I just like that I didn't take the bishop right away. I ended up taking it next move. I couldn't help myself. Here I thought there was, I didn't want to invest time on the tactics here. But this was a key move, I think. Like there might have been something better. See, I know that there was queen takes first, which gives me a move after, but I didn't, and it's kind of actually what happens anyways with the way I played it, transposes, I think. But I just didn't like white attacking our e-pawn, even though we can defend it, or our d-pawn, even though we can defend it. But as I say, this is actually what happened through this transposition. Yeah, so I have to end up defending it, and this is not fun. So yeah, maybe I should have still held my patience here, I guess. Maybe play g6 or something. Or maybe queen d7. Connecting my rooks. So maybe I can double up on the e-file. Something like that. Yeah. Because this is still work now. This is still a lot of work. I really wanted to win here because I thought I had a good chance of setting a new personal best if I won this game. I had to be really careful with these rooks, and those pawns were running too. I had to keep my composure. I don't think you should have traded all of these. I think he might have had a better chance if maybe he started like just pushing the past pawn. That might have given him more chances. I don't know, but this was easier to defend now. I think this was a key move when I played rook d4, because I'm stopping his knight from coming in to defend. That's why I played that. If I go this way, he can still just play knight d4. Or knight d5, I mean. So I like that little move. And then, yeah, I mean, then I'm down to a minute. And I'm up 2 pawns, so simplify. Now, I know I definitely did not play this the best. This was not the best technique, but I had no time. Probably I shouldn't push the f pawn. Gives me shelter. Should I just push the h pawn here? Is that the better way to do this? I don't really know the technique here. Yeah, I was considering other stuff, but I wasn't sure. This is probably still okay. I wonder if, I mean, g4, there is g4 and then push the h pawn. Although I didn't quite like that this f pawn keeps us out. So I was also, I think h5 maybe. If he takes, he's going to have to spend moves here, and then it'll still be 2 versus 1 pawns, but I don't know. There's probably multiple ways here for black, but h5 I think is another move here. This is not a table base. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's one too many pieces here still. Okay. It doesn't look like 8 pieces on the board, but it is. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, he gets to do that with check. And we do some of this dance thing. Oh yeah. So did I screw up here? Yeah, the table bases are only up to 7. I'm not sure when they will get 8. 1 pawn there, I think. Yeah, and this is a draw because he can always get a Philidor, but he does have to prove. Yeah, so I screwed up here. I was really panicking. You know what I should have done? I should have zigzagged this way. That would have given him the most trouble before he can set up a Philidor. It was stupid to do it this way. That was really stupid technique. The reason I went here, it was kind of dumb. I was playing so quickly, and I was trying to avoid a threefold repetition. But at the same time, this is just a draw too. So I should have come back. I spent a lot of time here calculating if I could play rook here, but I can't. So I should have laddered up on these 2 files. That would have given me the best chance. Although even then, I can't do anything. Like if I go, sorry, where am I here? Yeah, so here. Yeah, so if I went like this, he always just comes back, and I can't do anything about that. So. And then, yeah, do you want to analyze this? This was just so stupid. I cannot believe this is the second time today that this happened. Can you look at the time? I did pretty well here. I mean, when this started, when the rook started, he had 1 minute and 6 seconds. He had five. He had what 3 to 4 times as much time as I did. I had 23 seconds. He had 1 minute and 6 seconds, and he flagged. So I was really pushing the speed. Now I wonder if I should try to get better technique. Now, king in the corner maybe, but he can always kick me out. But maybe just try to keep the king in the corner as much as I can. Just trying to prevent skewers. That's all you have to worry about, basically. So maybe that could be a thing. Go to the corner with the king. And at the same time, keep my rook on the opposite side of the board. As my king. Although I have to be careful about that as well. But I think maybe just keeping my king in the corner, and even keeping a rook as close to the corner as possible. Giving checks on the edges. Probably the safer way to play this. Yeah, so I had, those ideas in mind. That's why I kind of kept my king to the edge as much as I could. And yeah, I mean, he has 24 seconds. I have 5 seconds. This was not a wise decision by him. I had 2 seconds here. This is when I started to pre-move. I started to pre-move here, which is very, very risky. Maybe I should have pre-moved a little bit more earlier, because if I don't, I'm going to flag anyways and I'm going to lose. But it's just pre-moving is so dangerous. But maybe I should have pre-moved a little bit more. Safe pre-moves. And then he flags. Yeah, he had 2 seconds here. But he just took too long. So, okay, yeah. New personal best on Blitz. Let's see if the graph is updated. It has, I think. It has. And that's a nice little steady incline there from July. It's partly because I didn't play that many Blitz games during this time. I've been really just playing classical. But I mean, that's a nice little incline, right, from the summer. Let's look at this from the beginning. So that's my graph from the beginning of time. My Blitz graph. A year ago, I was 2001. So I gained 88 points in the past year. So in 2020. In 2020, I gained 88 points on Blitz. Some people might not be happy with that progress, but I'm happy. Even if I did half of that, which might be what happens, but if I do another if I do 40 points in 2021, I'd be happy with that. I'd be 2120 or almost 2130. That's not bad for Blitz. Congratulations, Eat Chips. You broke 2,000 for the first time last month, and you're back down to 1,750. Man, talk about swings. Talk about swings. You must be tilted when you do that. Like a 250 point spread there is pretty large. And I just want to compare it to 2 years ago. So where is that? December 30th. So what? 31st. So 2 years ago on Blitz, I was 1743. So I gained 346 points. I gained 346 points in 2 years. Yeah, pretty happy with that. From 1743 to 2089 in 2 years. It's not unusual. If anything, it might almost be a little slow, but hey, I will take it. I will take it. I'm now in the top 6.2% of Blitz players. Take a peek at the distribution graph. Here I am, getting close to 2100 Blitz. Still plenty of